Hello everyone, Neaco.Cosplay here, and in this video I will be talking about cheap ways to cosplay. Cosplay is sadly a very expensive hobby, but there are actually a lot of fun and creative ways that you can still put a costume together. So I will be giving you some examples of things that I have done to put a cheap costume together. So let's get started. The first example is what I like to call thrift store cosplays. Thrift stores can be a gold mine for cosplayers. I have found so many fun things there. My favorite thrift store in Belgium is Think Twice. The reason I love them so much is because they do a sale every month. So at the beginning everything is 30% off and then 50%, and near the end of their sales you have the €5 days and the €4 days and so on. And the last day of their sale, every item in their store is only €1, and that is great! One of the examples of thrift store cosplays is my Megara cosplay. I didn't plan on cosplaying this character, but then I went with a bunch of friends to Think Twice during their €5 days, and I saw this dress that with some alterations would be perfect for Megara. So I bought it. I went on to buy some other supplies that I needed, like the dark purple fabric. I bought a wig, I put the whole thing together, and I had a cosplay for I think about €40. That's like $45, I think. But that's a good price in my opinion for an entire costume, wig included. And the best thing about this story is that it sort of exploded. My fiancé, his favorite villain is Hades, so of course he wanted to join in, and then my awesome friend Goldilocks cosplay joined in as Hercules, and we put together our own little Hercules group. We had a lot of fun at the convention and it was just great. So for the next thrift store cosplay example, I think it's the best example, at least it's my favorite one, and it's my original princess. The reason I think this is the best example is because I bought this dress during the €2 days at Think Twice. So this gorgeous dress only cost me €2, and that's like the entire amount of money I spent on this costume, because I still had the wig. I made the accessories out of things I still had. So yeah, I paid only €2 for this entire costume. I know it's not like a cosplay of a character, it's an original character, but I wore this at a fantasy event, so it fit in perfectly and I had a lot of fun. But okay, enough of that, let's go on to our next cheap cosplay example, and that's closet cosplays. It's just like the word itself says, you put stuff out of your closet and you turn it into a costume. A lot of characters actually just wear normal clothes, so you can put a lot of canon outfits together with just stuff out of your closet. I think the best example I have is my summer cosplay I did to accompany my fiancé, his Rick costume. Both cosplays are closet cosplays. We did have to buy a few things. For example, I had to buy a shirt. My fiancé also had to buy a shirt. But I think that was it. And it's what the characters look like in the series. So it's a canon cosplay. And of course you don't have to make a canon outfit of the character. You can make your own version, like a casual outfit, or you can make a rock or a punk outfit. Because that's what cosplay is all about. You can be as creative with it as you want, and you can still have a lot of fun in your own version of that character. Okay, on to the third cheap cosplay example, is what I like to call just add battle damage. This is a fun thing to do with a cosplay you are bored with, but you don't want to sell it and you still want to do something with it. So I did it with my Juvia cosplay. I didn't want to sell this costume because it was sort of poorly made, but I didn't want to throw it out either. So I turned it into a battle version of that outfit. It's super easy. You just like make it dirty, you cut holes in it, and you like rip it. If you don't want the edges to fray of your fabric, you can go over it with fabric glue. I did that because the fabric like frayed a lot. And yeah, so it's easy to do. It's a lot of fun because you can put blood on your face and you can be dirty for the day and you look badass. And a lot of characters actually have like a damaged version of their outfit, and if they don't, just make one, turn it into like a warrior princess or a zombie apocalypse version of your character. It doesn't matter as long as you are having fun. So I think we are now on to our last example, and that is when you make a costume out of leftover materials. One of the examples I have is my girl with many eyes. This costume is entirely made out of leftover fabric I had from my Eve cosplay. So the only thing I did have to buy was like the pink fabric paint, but that was it. Another good example is my Dora cosplay. She is also almost entirely made out of leftover fabric. The shorts are made of leftover fabric, as is the t-shirt and the details on the backpack. I did have to buy like the light purple fabric for the backpack, but other than that, this is made with leftover fabric. Accessories included. I think this costume cost me about 10 euros. So that's a good price for a costume. So I think the fun thing about cosplay is that the longer you are doing it and the more stuff you have gathered, the bigger chance you have that you don't have to buy the material because you already have it. And I have made a lot of details with scraps and leftovers. For example, the quiver for my Lara cosplay is entirely made out of scraps. So yeah, that's the fun thing about cosplay. So another thing I recommend you do is like go on Facebook and look for a group, like a sell and buy cosplay group of your area or your country. I have sold a lot of cosplays in the group that I'm in and also bought a lot of stuff. And of course it's cheaper because it's secondhand, but that doesn't mean that it's any less. I think that was it for this video. I hope you now have some inspiration of things you can do to put a cheaper costume together. So yeah, thank you for watching and bye!